Oh, this thing on? Oh, okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pinardi party to end all Pinardi parties. Woo! I hope I heard a woo. Anyway, it is with my deepest apologies that I could not be there tonight, but I've moved to Melbourne, and well, what a move that was. 40 very long hours in a car with none other than Jonathan Pinardi. But first things first. Wow, that's pretty cool. First things first, let's make sure the birthday boy has a drink in hand, wherever he is. My first anecdote for the evening will be the story of how we met each other. And we were there in the Dickinson Centre. Shout out to any Scotch boys. And the headmaster says, stand up, turn to the person next to you and introduce yourself. So I stand up, and next to me there's this odd looking character who goes, hello, I'm Jonathan. That's my Pinardi, by the way. I then say, you can't be Jonathan, I'm Jonathan. It's great humour like that will win you many friends. And what a friend he is. But I'm not going to get into the sappy part of this speech until later, if at all. I first must return fire from the stories he shared at my own 21st. So let's begin, shall we? Here we are in year 10, and you'll notice Pinardi here. This was our tutor teacher at the time. Now, this isn't the first time that Jonathan has wanted to kill one of his teachers. Here's Pinardi complaining about the infamous Tom Ivanovsky, his year 11 chemistry teacher. Now, Tom Ivanovsky probably ranks at number 1 on Pinardi's all-time hit list. And to be fair, that's probably because chemistry caused Pinardi the most number of mental breakdowns out of all of his subjects in the IB diploma. As well as his teachers causing him grief, I'm sure the 11 or so of us IB boys would be coming up in conversations quite frequently with future psychiatrists. Let me share one story. But despite his achievements at high school, he's had one thing that most people don't, and that is he's known what he wants to do from a very, very young age. And I admire that in him. And what he wants to do is, well, the theme of tonight, he wants to be working in a place like this. Now, you all know the theme of tonight is indeed aviation. But it wouldn't be unlike Pinardi to turn up to something wearing, let's say, an interesting range of attire. For example, theme? Cocktail. Yes? I don't know what this guy's wearing. Theme? Nothing, but it sure as hell is a 1980s weed dealer. And to be fair, this is one of his quietest t-shirts. But now let's start talking about the hair. I know mine's not fantastic in this photo, but it's not my birthday, so let's cover that up. Now, Pinardi started his fabulous hair journey with this. Huh! Oof, terrifying, isn't it? I know. He decided to shave his hair and then let it grow out. Seemed like a good idea at the time, until he let it grow, and, well, yeah. I'm sorry I made you see this, but let's hope it never happens again. This is a bit of a better look, not in the sense that you'd be happy with him dating your daughter or sister or any female you knew, but more in the sense that you'd appreciate his look when he's auditioning for a part-time role on Breaking Bad to sell methamphetamines. Now I'm going to leave this one up for the next story, and this story is about Pinardi's love life. Ha! If by love life you mean a bunch of girls that you never talk to and just fantasize and obsess over for a bunch of months until the next one comes along. But as Kelly Irving once eloquently put it, he's not great now, but give him 10 years. Hold the phone. I just saw this photo. I take it all back. He is a stallion. Have a look at that face. The things he could do on that pool table. I think one of the things Oops. I think one of the things I admire most about Pinardi is that he doesn't follow the crowd. Now, I give him a lot of shit for that, and a lot of people do, but he's completely content in doing what he wants to do. And you have to admire that in the guy. I mean, you've got to be a pretty unique individual to decide that, hey, I'm going to wake up, cycle a stolen bike to West End at Rottnest and see what happens. Swag on, brother. And not everybody can take 2 hours to drive out to the airport, brave the crowds, just to see a plane. And all jokes aside, that's what I admire most in him. The fact that he doesn't care what other people think, he'll do what he does, and he knows what he wants to do. It's fair to say that Pinardi and I have had our fair share of travels together, and it is honest to say, there's not one other person I'd rather travel with. Pinardi has, on time and time again, almost, literally, saved my life. Well, not literally, but look at the state of us in this photo. It's fair to say, he stopped drinking then, I didn't, and I needed him. Here's another photo from that night, and I can honestly say it's one of the best nights of my life. I spent it with my best mate from Perth and my best mate that I grew up with in Hong Kong. And I can honestly say that I hope Pinardi is in my life for a very, very long time. And we have many more moments like this to come. I mean, have you ever known someone that could look this cool riding a Vespa? Now, who wants to see a video of Pinardi topless and combing his hair? That's right, no one. But I'm going to show it to you anyway because I had to see it when trolling through all of these videos that I have of him.
Smile.
Disgusting. Now let's see him pantless. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Someone's not doing much leg day. But heck, if you got it, flaunt it. And it's smooth moves like this that means Pinardi will get whatever lady he wants. And I can see why he wants the job he does. This will be Pinardi in 10 years, everyone. So, girls, you better get in quick. I know I make fun of him, and I know everyone does, but deep down, we all love him. And there's no one I would rather have had come with me to Hong Kong, to Europe, to share ping pong battles with in his garage, to just sit around each other and not say much, because that's what most of our relationship is. But just the fact that I've lived in Melbourne now, did I mention that? I live in Melbourne now. And that we don't communicate all that often. But I know, and he knows, that if I ever need him, or vice versa, we'll always be there. And I could ask anything of Pinardi, and he'll do his best to help me out with that. And that's the sign of a great friend. I don't have to talk to him that much, but I'll still get along with him just like the first day we met each other. He's coming here in a couple of weeks, and I'm super excited for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, mate. And I mean it when I say that there's no one that I'd rather have make other people question my sexuality. But just one more thing before I go. One amazing photo that I have to share with all of you. Drum roll, please. It is the first beer Pinardi ever drank. Marvellous, isn't it? So lastly, I hope you all have a good night, especially you, Pinardi. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and thank you very much for letting me do this for you. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't make it to be there with you in person, and that my video editing skills are not that flash. But I'd like all of you to... That's pretty cool. Anyway, I would like all of you to charge your glass and toast to my best friend in the world, to Pinardi.